Some are too busy worried about my skin tone instead of listening to the intelligence of my monotone voice. Choices of learned behavior, the lens crafter of blinded leadership failed to mention that hatred is taught. Allow me now to pardon your ignorance. Since the testimony of ancient scholars, philosophers have been prosecuted for their thoughts. Thoughts can be given a hefty sentence if worded in the righteous tongue of reality. The threshold of trying to be accepted amongst demigods is a hard task. See me? See, I'm mixed with many races, and my last name is not that of African descent. The dissension of my culture was cut from the roots. That is why I'm locking, not breakdancing my hair, and that is not metaphorically speaking. Ignorance is bliss and is of those who choose not to learn. And if social networks is your only source of nourishment, then your soul is very famished and needs immediate attention. The conscious parable comes from watching, studying, and investing time. The ignorance of the youth is acceptable to a certain degree. The streets teach them to take what is not theirs, and some of these schools are teaching them that they won't get far with their high school diploma, so they choose the ladder, falling off the ladder of success. And if you go to college, Sally Mae's going to knock whether or not you use that knowledge or not. But knock, knock, who goes there? It is the ignorance that every cop is crooked and that every judge is evil. Some just go by the letter of the law, and if you broke that letter, you just want to break because it's the white man's way of keeping you down, right? Right? But you committed that crime. You're not mad that you did it, you're just being ignorant that you got caught. And look at the bigger picture, it is your fault. Some still want those ends to meet, but sometimes you have to split ends. Split the ends that your father was not there, perhaps you were better off without him. Split the ends of past relationships, it is called a breakup, but some are not thinking, they're just having a breakdown. This equation has too many variables to solve. Pardon your ignorance that poetry is a battle zone to prove your net value. I could never see Martin fighting with Obama, who had the better speech. Even if my speech has an impediment, it is for a bigger cause. If I could be translated to Japanese, I would send some shout-outs of love and tell them to remain strong. But allow me to pardon your ignorance. It's not the fact that I don't see it, but I just don't need it to be in my aura, and I'm not blind to it, and I don't ignore it. I just choose not to be confrontational. That shows the growth in me. The path chosen to be a leader instead of following is the only way I know, because I am not a one-night mic stand. Oh yeah, I told you that before. Upon your ignorance that this so-called hip-hop music is the heftiest influence on your children, it is because of lack of you influencing them in the way a child should grow. We have given these artists way too much power. See, my dad was a backpack car room checker type man. Sure, I recited the lines, but I never wanted to be a full-time drug dealer, car thief, or a murderer. But I do kill these lines from time to time. But that is far from a punishable crime. But pardon my ignorance if I've offended you for saying some truth. I wear tin boots, so I know I may have left a few mental scars with these lines. But I'm just doing what I do best, trying to be heard one bar at a time. Study to show that self-approval so I can pardon your ignorance next time.